Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. Oh, let me get these angles right. I decided to come to my other office downstairs that I haven't been in a while, in a long time. Uh-oh, let me get this chair out the way because I don't know if I'm going to be sitting down today. But I do know there's a lot of restructuring. Well, maybe I'll sit down and start. There's a lot of restructuring that's going on. And that's what I'm doing. I thank God that I have a coach, because without a coach, man, people get lost in the mix. And I'll tell you, I have been working in this community of homeless veterans for a long, long time. And my process is not known to anybody because I never taught my process. I always thought nobody cared. Nobody wants to house homeless veterans, because if they did, more people would be doing it. But people don't want to house homeless veterans. They don't even want to talk to veterans who are homeless. That was my whole philosophy. Because after 22 plus years of housing them, I'm like, what? They're still homeless and you guys are still talking the same thing. So I have been engaged with coming to, I'm pouring me something into some better water with this green stuff in it that's making it thick. What is this called? Okra. Yeah. Peppy, hello there. I like those red lips, Peppy. Do I have on my lipstick? And I'm in an office with no lipstick because I stopped coming down here a long time ago. So this is my office with not all, but a lot of my accomplishments are back there behind me. All of my degrees from grammar school all the way to my master's degree. I have all of my, oh, you can't see it down here. I'm looking on four platforms, but back, let me go to it. This is my wall of degrees and diplomas. So from my grammar school all the way to graduate school. And then I've got more awards here from for real estate, for excellence in client services for 2021. excellence in client service for 2020. And then I've got my real estate licenses over here, my instructor license for real estate. I have my certificates in health and wellness right here. This is the I got three of these since 2023. And then I have over here my certifications. This is my certification as a woman-owned small business, and then certification as women business enterprise. And so all another and over here is another proclamation that I received from the 38th District State Representative Debbie Myers Martin. So this is like my wall of, and then certificates and other. There's a lot of stuff up here. Where I completed programs out of state, and I just hope they don't all come tumbling over. So let me see. Peppermint tea. Let me see. How would the business owner get paid through? That's probably what people are worried about. Oh, that's simple. I could talk about that. What's peppermint tea? So, oh, hey, glad to be here. I read the whole book. You were right. I told you it's not that long. It's just packed with things that you have to get set up. And it's a learning curve, but once you learn how to do it, it's real simple. You'll be like, what? Everybody should be doing this. So I'm here today in my other office. I've been downstairs all day because my whole world was turned around. Hey, y'all over there on TikTok. My whole world was turned upside down when I presented my coach something, and he was like, no, this is what we're going to do. It makes more sense to do it this way. So I came down here because this is where I think, and I was already downstairs. I was creating because I created this for a friend. Hold on. It says rise, and the rise is going up. You see, I didn't want the rise to come down. That's how you read, right? But it's a play on the letters, rise going up. So, and that's what she's all about, rising. And I'm like, I like this for you. And she liked it too. And that's what I do when I want to settle my brain. I don't know. A lot of you are new here. Thanks for being here. But my name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, housing strategists, and government GovCon in the professional services space. I'm also on the executive board of directors of Elite SDVOB, that's veteran-owned small business certification here in Illinois. Hey, Tarita. And I'm also one of the national writers for Mission Roll Call. So please go to Mission Roll Call so that you guys can read my articles on veterans homelessness, because I just don't come here and just shoot the breeze. I walk the walk and talk the talk about housing homeless veterans and how you can too. Because after 22 plus years of housing homeless veterans, I've seen so much, and I'm like, you know what? Y'all could do better. The whole community, y'all could do so much better. I see all these properties, people, I can't fill my units. What? You mean you have vacancies? I can't believe that. My investors don't complain about vacancies. So I teach you how to do that. And The reason I came downstairs was to put my new process on a board. Here's a whiteboard that I'm going to put my new product, because I'm old school. I'm 60 and I need to see things in several different ways. So my coach, hold on, my coach emailed it to me, and I printed it all out so that I could read it and highlight it. And then I sent the email to my assistant, and I said, "Do you know how to do this?" And he broke it down. Once he read it, he said, "Oh, I know exactly what your coach is saying. 1, 2, 3." I'm like, thank you so much. So that's what I'm down here putting together so that I'll have more value to add when I come on the lives and have a direction, a flow for you all to go to once the live is over. Because I'm trying to put things together, and this is all new to me, bringing it to the public. I have been at the VA inside the Veterans Administration conducting workshops and teaching and consulting, and you know, at all the vet centers and every place that veterans go, including incarceration, in hospitals, everywhere that you find veterans, that's where I was. And everywhere that I could connect investors to housing these said veterans, that's where I was. So I created systems that moved veterans from homelessness to a transitional housing unit, to rentals, to home ownership, to becoming investors and business owners. And then they go back and do the same thing with, to help themselves create legacies for their families and their communities. That's what I've been doing for 22 years, tucked away at the VA where nobody could get to me. And I didn't mind. I could just get in my car and go to the VA and be face to face with all of these veterans and social workers and case managers and everybody. I would conduct the workshop, and investors, I would invite investors because they have to learn how to work in this community. So my workshops was their educational tool that they used. And then they're like, okay, Vet, I like this. How do I get started? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is how we get started, and this is what we do, and this is what you expect. We get the tenant, or we get the participant. I make sure all the paperwork is done, and I get paid as a realtor. I go into a municipality, and they say, well, we want veterans housing. So I'll write a housing plan for them, a veterans village plan for them. Then I would get agencies that say, hey, can you come and train our social workers? Yeah. So I'll train the social workers, train realtors. I'm a realtor and I have a real estate license. And I wrote a class back in 2014 to teach realtors how to work effectively in this specifically homeless veterans community, from homeless through their transition to rentals and home ownership. So that's what I'm here to lay out, that program in a usable form and in a friendly format, so that you guys who say, I want to house homeless veterans, it'll be an easier transition. So, and I know a lot of you have been emailing me, Yvette, I'm ready. But, I don't do one-on-one. I don't do one-on-one. What I'm doing is scaling my operation so that you can learn to do what I do from step one. I know you have properties. I know you might have different things going on, but if you can't get the foundation of where everything starts, then you'll have some holes in your operation, and that's why you have holes in your operation. And I have holes in my operation too, because this is new to me, bringing it to you in this format. I had no holes in my operation when I was at the VA, but now I am on. This is water. This is water with okra and lime. So I'm not on here. But anyway, Happy New Year. That water is real thick. So my process, first of all, my schedule is changing. My schedule is changing. You will see me, but the most part of the real education part is you have to get the books. Hello, and here, okay, you have to get the books, because that's why I wrote the books, because you're not going to get everything that you need from just watching me, because I'm not telling you nothing right here except to follow my process. This is it right here. This is the whole process. And I'm like, what have I been doing wrong? But it's not doing wrong, because I've been in a different space all this time. So I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, strategist, advocate, realtor, and veterans homeless strategist. And also I have 15 certifications, and some of them are positioned in the back of my head back there, from federal to state to city to county. Thanks for the hearts over there. To come on and I just know my stuff. I got a whole bunch of awards over the years for housing. Let me see, I'm downstairs now, so I know I got a whole big bucket of awards. But this is just goes to show that housing homeless veterans has been, if I tell you, over 22 years, I've been housing homeless veterans. I can't even pick this up. I gotta mail this book out. Somebody won that book. Oh my goodness, look what I found. Oh, look what I found. These are more receipts of where I have been. Wow. Okay, so this is the Federal Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons. This was our agreement. It's like, at the VA, they call it an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, but this is a level one volunteer application training. But I don't know why this is just what the form is called. But this form right here from the U.S. Department of Justice, I keep telling y'all, I was at the Federal Bureau of Prisons talking to veterans to let them know what to expect and how to find housing and other resources when they are released from incarceration. And this letter, this gave me access back in October 2017. So this is 2026. So this was 9 years ago. And then here's something from 2015 when I was at the Benjamin O. Davis VFW post, home buying seminar and financial credit education, what you need to know to be able to purchase, why rent when you can buy. We talked about VA home loans, refinance, credit, repair, and restoration. And these are all programs. I was on an MOU. I can go and conduct these workshops everywhere. Here's another one in 2019 for the Chicago Heights Vet Center. Everything you need to know to be able to purchase using your VA loan. So this was getting them from homeless into knowing, hey, you better come on out here so you can learn how to buy a house now. In 2025, oh, this was just last year, This was my calendar from January to October, and then January to December. So the whole the whole year. January, let's see, from January to October, and this is on this flyer right here. So I'm glad you all are watching because I'm about to change up a whole lot of things, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you join my new platform, because that's where I'm going to teach you all of this stuff that I've been doing all of these years in all of these communities serving homeless veterans as a realtor and an advocate. So in January, I love this flyer too. I love this flyer. My assistant Everin, he created this flyer. So January 2025 through October 2025, I was to do veteran housing and home buying, credit, investments, insurance, and legal monthly workshops every third Thursday at the Forest Park Vet Center. And then every fourth Thursday at the Jesse Brown VA and Resource Center. That's from January to October. And I did that with my team for a little over 22 years. And then from February to May of 2025, a housing series workshop and fair at the Harold Washington College, City Colleges. This was supposed to be my 2025 lineup until Doge stepped in and said, oh, y'all got to go, including the volunteers. Well, I was one of the volunteers. I don't know if they let go all the volunteers, but I was. And then from January to December 2025, I was to do the Veterans Housing, Homeless, and Housing Solutions on the Cliff Kelly America's Heroes Group show every third Wednesday. And then every second Tuesday, when I was the Veterans Mental Health Council Advocacy chairman. So that was this. I was the chairman of the Veterans Mental Health Council, Consumer Council at Jesse Brown VA. So that was, so my whole month, every single month was wrapped up at a different VA facility, and also, at a different VA facility. That's it. Thank you over there for those hearts. Let me see what y'all talking about. Anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns before I get into my new schedule and bring you all on aboard. I'm just finding all this good stuff. Women Veterans Housing Summit. This was September 24th, September 27, 2024. I was right here. That's me right there. And this is the Women Veterans Housing Summit. I was talking to people. Put it that way. So they had veterans and organizations, and there were three people. It wasn't a round table like I'm about to be on with the Veteran Benefits Administration. This was, I don't even know what it was. Networking and registration, welcome and introduction, moderators, okay, framing the conversation, impact on homelessness, women veterans perspective. And that's where I spoke. Oh no, they had me down here, state of housing, programming, solutions, and innovative strategies. That's what I do. Housing solutions and innovative strategies. And that's what I was on the second panel. That's what they called this workshop. So panel 2, state of housing, programming, solutions, and innovative strategies. And the panel moderator was Laura Washington. And if you guys don't know who Laura Washington is, Laura Washington is a Chicago Tribune contributing columnist and political analyst for ABC7, CBS, Chicago's ABC-owned station. Washington brings more than 2 decades of experience as a multimedia journalist, nonprofit professional, specializing in African American affairs, local national politics, and all that stuff. So she was the moderator. So she was asking us questions. And I'm just going to read y'all what my description was for this event. Yvette Jones Swanson, that's me. Yvette Jones Swanson is the CEO of VetMentors LLC, an experienced Chicago-based realtor. She has supported veterans throughout her career, most notably transformative housing initiatives like the Beverly Housing Plan and the Toriano Sanzoni Reformative Housing Model. And this was for veterans who were transitioning from incarceration, who were going into a program to become a master dog trainer while they were living in an investor's building that consisted of probably 90 apartments and I think 12 storefronts. So it was a beautiful plan that I wrote and everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. Yvette successfully networked and collaborated with developers, city officials, and state authorities to house over 5,000 homeless veterans. Given her experience and dedication, she is a trusted source in the veteran housing conversation. So that's who you are sitting with right now. So when I say I got a whole lot of stuff going on, yeah, I got a whole lot of stuff going on. I know how to help you do what you want to do because I know how to do it. I've been doing it for quite a long time. It's just bringing it to you the way that you'll get it. And that's what we're working on, my process, in order to bring it to the receiver, and that's you. I never had to talk to y'all before. I was tucked away at the VA. Y'all heard where I was. I was at the VA. Oh man, look at this. So this is what I was doing in real estate in 2020. 2020, I did 7,247,700 total in transactions. So almost 8 million in that 1 year. And I'm a solo realtor. And then that was 2020. And that was right around when COVID was starting. 2019, almost 4 million. 2018, almost 4 million. But 2020 really kicked it up a notch. And then I don't know where's 2021. It might be in here. But anyway, so that's what I'm over here working on. And I know I'm supposed to be doing with my group, a small group that have purchased my masterclass, and now they will be in an intensive class. I thought I was going to do a membership drive, but my coach said, nope, we're going to do something else. So we won't be doing that this Saturday. I did find another workshop. I love workshops. And that's how I thought I was going to set everything up. Just do the workshop. He said, nope. I'm like, okay. Because that's what I've been doing all the time, looking at all these workshops. So here's another workshop in Harold Washington College. This is 2018, City Colleges of Chicago. And this one is a Veterans Housing and Resources and Job Fair. This is in 2015. And this was at the Park Forest. This was in the village of Park Forest. Now, what's interesting about this is that I became the vice chairman of the Veterans Commission in the village of Park Forest. I was the vice chairman of the Veterans Commission in the village of Park Forest for 5 years. And I know why they appointed me to that position. Because I kept saying, this is a veterans town. Where is how do we know that? So I read the book, so I know the history of Park Forest. That was after I think World War II. I gotta read it again. And all the soldiers they didn't have any place to go. Chicago was crowded. You had all of these the agricultural age going on, and it was just crowded. So that's, people were coming out to the suburban areas, to these big open fields, and sticking their shovel in. Okay, I'm building a house, I'm building a community. So that's how the village of Park Forest, thank you for the hearts over there. That's how the village of Park Forest was formed. And I'm like, okay, so the co-op, I lived in the co-ops, and I said these were built for returning soldiers, and then they branched off to other houses and branched off. So the houses went from townhomes to small shotgun flat ranch homes to ranch style homes, split level homes, and then they started hiring architects, and they were designing houses. So I'm like, okay, so this is a veterans town, and so this should be addressed as a veterans town. How are we doing that? I'm a veteran. How are we honoring veterans in this town? So I got a big mouth when it comes to standing up for our veterans. And I'm like, what are we doing to bring veterans here? I'm going to start bringing veterans here. So that's how that got started. And that's that housing fair, veterans housing resources and job fair in the village of Park Forest. And this was in 2015. So I'm just going through, I have to organize all of this stuff. So everything that I'm telling you is what you will be learning in my new setup that my coach has me doing, which makes more sense to me. It really does. It makes a lot of sense. I couldn't see it because, I've been doing this so long that my way is different now, because I'm no longer at the VA. I'm no longer at the vet centers. I'm no longer, So I'm here with you nationwide. Wherever you are, that's where I am. Oh, here's something else. Veteran Business Enterprise, VBE. And this is for the city of Chicago. This is my company, VetMentors. Oh, let me turn this camera around up here. I apologize. Mirror your camera. Okay. So this is VetMentors. This is my company. And it is all of those certifications back there. All of those certifications that you see behind my head and more. That I service in the veterans homeless housing community. I was a homeless veteran, and I said, I can't be a homeless veteran. I got to fight for this. I got to fight for my rights, and y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Somebody has to help these homeless veterans. So that's why I'm here every day, but my schedule is going to change. But that's why I'm here to guide you into doing what it is you say you want to do. You say, I want to house homeless veterans. Well, there is a process. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. It's just a process. And I know the processes. I wrote some processes. I created some processes. And that's what I'll teach you how to do. Oh, here's another one. This is 25 Illinois women veteran leaders of 2025. I have this actual award upstairs in my other office. And this was an award ceremony at Malcolm X College last year in March of 2025. And I am in here with Illinois woman veteran Tammy Duckworth. Tammy Duckworth. Y'all know who she is. She is Iraq War veteran with a Purple Heart recipient and former Assistant Secretary of the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. And on the page next to her is Treasure Owens. I want you all to look up Treasure Owens. Treazure. Treasure Owens, she started let me see. Let me read it because I can't be remembering every name. Okay. Black Veterans Expo. So look up Black Veterans Expo. I'm sure it'll be coming to your town. And this is a wonderful event getting Black veteran business owners together. And then this is me, always talking about homeless veterans. So this was one of my awards in 2025. Thank y'all for watching and listening. I ran out of stuff. I can go get some more stuff. So I have this book right here, and I know this book goes to the first person who signed up for my intensive class. No, for my workshop. Was it my workshop? It was my master class. And then she signed up for the intensive. So she'll be getting this book. She told me who she was. I didn't put it on here. All right, let me go ahead and look and see what you guys are saying. Over here on TikTok. Any questions, comments, concerns? Do I see any? And if I missed anything, please put it back because I'm just scrolling all the way up to see if I actually missed something. Let me see, come all the way down. Nope. All right. Okay. So hold on. Let me go back up. Okay, we said hello to Pepperminta. How would the business owner? Oh, okay, good. How would the business owner get paid? Every month. They get paid every single month. Every single month. This is housing. So you have to think about, you're renting an apartment. Somebody's paying the rent, and that's how the investors get paid. I teach you more on that in my group. You got to buy a book in order to get in my group too. Hello, glad to be here. Good. You were right. Yeah, I know. So then now, Bo, you have to figure out what type of program, what is your house going to be? What demographic of these veterans do you want to serve? And then that's going to guide our engagement even more. And then Jason says, great point. How does the payment flow work for the business owner here? You rent, or or the veteran is in your program and you get paid. That's how. Really enjoying the discussion. Very practical insight so far. Yeah, so nobody's asking anybody to house veterans for free. I've been a realtor all these years getting paid because the investors get paid. So whenever the investor gets paid, I get paid. Whenever the housing program provider gets paid and I brought that veteran to them, I get paid. I help them set up their housing program. I get paid. You get paid. Everybody gets paid. Really enjoying this discussion. Very practical insight so far. Always. Thank you. I finished which book did you buy, Jason? Which book did you buy, Jason? Because all of my members are taking pictures holding the book up like this. Let me show you. You hold the book like this, whatever book it is you buy, and you send me that picture, and I need to know what city and what state you're in. So right now we are in 27 states. 27 states. So I would like to see you holding the book and you sending that to me. Thank you for that. Love how clearly you explained that section. Makes it click fast. Yeah, for me it did too. Thanks for addressing real concerns people actually have. Oh, my pleasure. Always. I am not here for fun and games. This is making me rethink how value exchange really works. Yeah, I know, right? I know, because people think that a homeless veteran has nothing. I've got nothing, nothing, nothing. If I don't, I can't sing. That's why I get out the choir. Have you? That's what they think. But we have veterans who have vouchers who can't even find housing because, people have not set to rethink their thinking with proper knowledge to house these homeless veterans. I got so many awards, made over six-figure income year after year. Think about it, $7 million in closings. Do the math. Do the math. They say each million is like 35,000. So do the math. If I closed almost 8 million, do the math times 35,000. I mean, veterans need housing, and that's where you come in. Nobody's asking you to house veterans for free, not when there's so much going on in our community. So please, guys, be patient with me. These veterans aren't going anywhere, nowhere, and neither am I. I sent an email this morning, and if you are on my email list and you got that email, and I told them I'm not going anywhere until my last breath for my last program is written. So, just stick around. If you can find somebody else to glean, I don't think so. But if you do, go ahead. But this, I look, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. I lived this life for a long time. I want to thank y'all for watching. I'm not going to be before you very long so that I can go ahead and write down my plan. So daily roundup, Monday through Friday at 5:15. And this will be to promote my masterclass that I will have every Thursday. Every Thursday, I offer a masterclass. This is what my coach is telling me. I'm like, oh, I could do that. And then on Thursday, it will be Housing America's Heroes Masterclass. So if you have not, and then I'll figure out, he'll tell me how to get this out there to the public so you all can register and take my masterclass. And then I will do a Vet Ready Intensive. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. The Vet Ready Intensive. And I didn't realize how much information is in becoming vet ready in housing. Because I've done it, I can do it in my sleep. For real. I could go to sleep and wake up and have a yes. And then teaching you all how to become operators in some form or fashion, you'll be like, this is a no-brainer, because nobody is thinking this through. But in my master classes, that's where I will host these conversations so that you can start thinking more in alignment with where's the money coming from? Because you need the money to house homeless veterans. And that's what you're short of. But how do you get to that money? That's what I know. That's what I know. Even my colleagues, my hold on. And they can take my my master class and my intensive too. Even my colleagues, my realtor colleagues, let me see if I can show y'all this book right here. Am I on the right one? Yep, okay, right here. So this is the book I wrote for the real estate agents nationwide. It doesn't matter where you are. We have homeless veterans everywhere. So this is the book that I wrote, and that's me on the back too. That was my favorite picture. I was coming back to work. I'm like, oh, and I look cute too. So, but this book really, oh here, oh wow, I got Mr. Wilson in here, right here. I housed this gentleman right here, and he's in the book. You get the book, you can read it. I housed him out of a U-Haul facility. Now, how many people will stop and talk to a homeless veteran in a raggedy wheelchair, and the wheel is going whoop 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 whoop, and he just wants to talk, and because he has a 2-bedroom voucher that pays $3,000. What? What? And you don't want to say, hey, Mr. Veteran, what you got going on? I know veterans got benefits. What benefits you working with? You got a 2-bedroom voucher? Well, come here, let me whisper something in your ear. Yeah, let me get you housed in that condominium downtown Chicago overlooking Navy Pier. Why don't you? And you can, because you're on the corner, you'll be able to see not only Navy Pier and all the boats that's in Lake Michigan over the summertime and the people skiing on the lake and all that, but over to the south, you get to see the old White Sox Park Stadium, and you can watch the night games because they have the lights turned on. Yes, but you don't want to talk to a raggedy old homeless veteran in a wheelchair because he stank. You don't think he has anything, but yeah, he did. He had a $3,000 payout for me as a realtor because I'm the one who got him housed in that luxurious condominium with the doorman downtown, where he can just roll right on in his brand new wheelchair that the VA gave him as a benefit. That's what I teach you how to do. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. But you're afraid because you don't know where this money's going to come from. You don't know how to be a service to these homeless veterans because you don't think they have anything. They're just homeless. How they get like that? What's wrong with them? That's what y'all think. You got your nose turned up. I was a homeless veteran. I look behind my head, all these accolades, but nobody wanted to help me either. So I get it. I get it. That's why I'm here to help. I'm here to help you learn and understand how to help homeless veterans and get your money. Get your money. Get your money. This is okra and lime juice, and it's thick. I don't know what it's doing. They say it's supposed to help with the digestion. Hey, Bruce. Hey, everybody over here on TikTok. Thank y'all for joining. And thank you all over here on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube for joining this evening. I am 90 days. My coach said 90 days. Do this new schedule and see what happens. So I took myself and I chose this board right here. Let me show you. Let me stand up. I chose this board because I'm going to write it on the back of this board. And I'm going to put my 90 days on here too. I'm old school. Don't judge me. I don't care anyway. But on the front of this board, says number 1, right? This says number 1 because I took myself on a 100-day journey to better health, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Let me see if I have my book up here for that. I think I might. Yep, I do. Okay. So this is the book. I've got like 31 books. Tarita, that was Mr. Middleton calling. So as soon as I get off this line, I'll call him back. He just up and called all of a sudden. So this is the book that I wrote for my 100-day. It's called My Guide to Your 100-Day Journey to Better Health. This was me right here. And I took myself on 100 days. I did everything for myself for 100 days to regain my life back. So day 100, and this is day one right here. This was day 100. If you can see that picture, that was me. That was me. After menopause, after having a heart attack. Well, I had a heart attack and I was looking like this too, right here. I had diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, joint pain, inflammation. I was really, really bad. And the doctors at the VA, they prescribed me. I'm just flipping through the book, looking at some of the pictures here. They prescribed me 9 medications. And I mean, that's me at 31 and 50. I'm like, I'm not staying like that. And I couldn't take all those medications. I was a wreck. So I had to come up with a plan. And I had a coach on the way that I met day 20. And here she is, right here, Crystal. This is Crystal. She's the one who I saw. And I'm like, girl, I know you, I trust you, and I know you'll tell me what you did. So she said, well, Yvette, come on here and see, you know. And I did. I'm like, I need to do that. And I did. And I lost. Oh, here I was going. The VA sent me to acupuncture. I went to physical therapy. I did heat steaming, whatever, heat bags. I did stretch lab. I did massage envy. So I really fought for my health. I had 3 coaches, physical trainers right here, 3 coaches. And I just fought for 100 days. My daily grind, everything is in this book, everything I did. My daily grind for 100 days to regain my health. So I am going to do exactly what my coach said do. Oh, and here's my very first certification. Oh my goodness. What date is this? Anywho, so I'm going to do what my coach said do. This 2023, my first certification, Monday, November 20th. So that's my first certification as a wellness coach. And that's me looking sassy. So I've got 3 certifications now. I just don't talk about it because I don't think I can coach people to better health. People have too many excuses. Oh, that's me and my husband on our wedding day. He couldn't even put his arms around me. I was so big. He couldn't even put his arms around me. I'm like, you like big women. Well, I'm sorry, but I keep telling you, that's not me. I had a heart attack. I was obese. I had a stroke. I had diabetes and joint pain. Look at all this. I'm like, look. So I know how it is to want something very bad and do everything that you can do to get there. But it is a process. And as I am following my coach and learning these processes, I'm putting them together as he's saying, and then that's how I'm going to present them to the group. So I thought I was going to do a membership launch this Saturday. He said, nope, you're going to do a master class. No, you're going to do an intensive. And then you're going to do the master class again. And then you're going to do intensive and master class. So that's where we're going. And then, so hold on, this is my whole routine. And then you'll be in my private group, and that's where you'll get more information because I still love workshops, and I think to have a captive audience is still where I capture a lot of you in a captive audience. So back to the drawing board. But this time we will get there. Savita and the Astro Archery. Thank y'all for being here. I have work to do. Oh, I said I was going to write this on my board because I'm going to use the back of this board to write my 90-day journey on. And then hang it up. So I'm like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 5:15, I will be on alive. And then on Thursday, I will do my master classes where you all can be, you can take my master classes. And then on Saturday from 10 to 2, I'll do the Vet Ready Intensive. And the Vet Ready Intensive, that's a lot of different classes because you have to be vet ready in a lot of different areas. It depends on what type of housing you're geared towards. So this Vet Ready Intensive will be for investors who are looking to do HUD-VASH and utilizing other currencies, other programs, other benefits that are in the community, other funding sources, put it that way. There are a lot of different funding sources. Man, let me tell y'all something. And I got this. Oh, y'all didn't see me. I got this over. Oh, am I missing somebody saying something over here? My apologies if I missed something over here. Okay, so I got a referral over the weekend, and I sent out referral letters for a homeless veteran. And the referral letters came, the responses came back, and I'm like, okay, so you don't do this in this area. Okay, so who does? So she sent me 3 or 4 organizations. I'm like, okay, good. I know all of them. So let me go ahead and submit the intake that I did for him to the organization. So it's a referral, intake to referral. I did the intake, but I'm referring him out to the organizations that have the money. So everybody said, we don't service this area. Oh, we can't service him because, holy mackerel, there is a limit on how much a veteran can access until they can't access those resources anymore. And I knew that. You just can't say, okay, I'm still homeless 5-10 years later, and you're still supposed to support me. When you're transitioning, veterans, and I want you all to hear this, when you are transitioning, know that you're not staying in a permanent property, in a permanent place. It's called transition or shared living, and it's temporary for a reason, unless it's not temporary, and it'll be stated in your program that way. So you have to, where is my book? I'm downstairs in this office. So veterans, listen to me, and operators, listen to me real good. When you have a veteran in your whatever type of house you're running, whatever you call it, and it's a lot of them, but in my group, I teach you veteran shared living models, different models, okay? And that's how you get attached to the funding to support that veteran in your veteran shared living model. And it's transitional unless your model is permanent housing, but it'll still be program based. I hope that makes sense to you. So now I get an email to show me exactly to the penny how much they assisted this veteran with. If you are a veteran, you have to, and operators, get that. And I show you this book every day when I'm upstairs in my office. I don't know if I have one down here or not, but you have to get the Federal Veterans Benefits Guideline book. You have to apply for your benefits. You know, you can't be, hold on a second. You can't just continue to think that the VA is going to continue to pay while you're not doing anything. You really have to be vigilant about your benefits. Oh my good. Oh wow, look. You have to, I don't see it. I don't see it. I went back digging in my box, but I don't see it. You have to start applying for your benefits. And let me tell you, because you don't know what your benefits are. When I got that email this morning from the program that I sent the referral to, I said, well, why can't you help him? I want to know. And if you can't help him, what organizations in the community can? Because you know what organizations are out there, because we, you know, not me, I don't do it anymore, but they get on a phone call like once, however, a week, and they talk about what's going on in the community and what agencies are here in the community and what they do and what they have. So I'm like, well, you already know what agency we can refer him to. He said, Yvette, this is how much we spent on this veteran from this year to this year. Now I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I went back to the veteran. I said, look, dude, you, first of all, there are other benefits other than benefits to pay for housing, like continue your education. And as a veteran here with the city colleges, and you can find out what they do in your own cities and towns for veterans. You have to know what they are if you're going to be an operator. Know what benefits and resources are in your community. So I'm like, the city colleges, they offer training through these organizations. And while you're in training, you're getting paid. Yeah. And when you're finished with that training, you have a job waiting for you. That's a high paying job. So this year, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you could have done that in 9 months. You could have owned your own house right now. Now that I know you have some income, what next thing that we can do? Also, I referred him to an independent veteran service officer who can stay on top of him and work with him, like hold his hand and get him to 100% service connected disability and compensation. That too can help him buy a house. Then I said, so the money that you're making, thanks for the hearts, the money that you're making, it's enough for a veteran shared living model. So you could be a participant in one of the veteran shared living models. If they're charging $750 or $1,000, you make that money right now. So at least you'll have some place where you can be. Thanks for the hearts. So I suggested all of these solutions to him. Then I went back into the community to say, hey, who is here in the Chicagoland area that has a veteran shared living model, or who would like to start one? Because we need it. Not just for him, but other veterans who are in similar situations where they've exhausted their housing funds, and now they have to stand on their own 2 feet and then elevate from there. It's a lot. And this is one reason why I understand you realtors, y'all don't want to get your hands dirty. Thanks, Bo. Y'all don't want to get your hands dirty, but there is diamonds in the mines. Y'all don't want to go in the dark places. Baby, bye. This is another brochure I found. This is when I was the chairman of the Mental Health Advocacy Council at the Jesse Brown VA. I had our pictures put on the brochure. So I'm like, they need to know we're real people. We are veterans. Look, Army veteran, Army veteran, Army veteran. We're all Army veterans. And for the most part, we were all homeless. We all fell short of our benefits at one time or another. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because we get the benefits. Veterans just don't know how to put them together. And housing operators, you have to learn how to put them together too. And that's what I teach you in my classes. I am so excited. So the workshops, and then the intensive. So the workshop will tell you all about what's coming up, and then you decide if you want to go into that intensive. But everything I know, everything I do, and everything that I have been doing over these past 22 years is to house homeless veterans and to teach you how to do the same. Oh my God, what year was this? 2018. This was our schedule. This was our schedule, me and my team, and this is the schedule. Let me tell you. So 2018, we were at the Chicago Heights Vet Center. We were there 2, 4, 6 times that year. And then we were at the Chicago Vet Center. We were there 2, 4, 6, 8 times that year. So add these up. 6 plus 8. Okay, I don't want to mess up my stuff. 6, 8, so that's 14. And then we were at the Forest Park Vet Center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that's 21 workshops in a year. And then we were at Harold Washington College and Olive Harvey College, 2. So 23 workshops in 1 year. 23 workshops at different places where veterans could come to and learn about, and also operators and social workers and case managers and everybody can come to and learn. How you house these veterans, Yvette? We want to learn. We want to learn. We got 100 veterans that's in our intake right now. Thank you. I made this tie too. It says rise. I made this for one of my friends because she sent me some nice song yesterday. She said that's her anthem. So I was making some ties, and I'm like, I got some bling. It's kind of mute now that I look at it, but it'll look when the light hits it. It's gonna be real nice. So 23 workshops in 2018. Let me see how much I closed in 2018. I have that list over here too. So 23 workshops, and what I'm getting ready to share is just closings, not rentals. These are just houses sold. So in 2018, I did 3,295,436 in real estate closings alone, not rentals or program placements. So you do the math, and they say every million is like 35,000. So that's 100-some thousand that year, housing former homeless veterans to home ownership. And realtors say, how you get paid? The same way you get paid. The same way you get paid. You just don't want to go in these dark places to find these veterans. Because before the workshop, I would have hold on, let me get my flyer out. I would have my team and everybody, and we would go literally pass out these flyers inside the VA. And especially when the VA started printing the flyers, the VA would print, where's the VA printed flyer? And they would put them out in the different clinics. And I would have my whoever's passing them out go get them. If they're just sitting around, go get a stack of them and pick them up and pass them out to the people. Oh, look what I found. Oh, what year was this? This was me when I went to the community. I went to the community and taught the community about health and wellness, but I stopped doing that because people don't like to listen. So I'm not going to be running my mouth. Okay, here's a program that I wrote for one of my clients, and this is for HUD Vash, and both of my batteries are low, so I'm going to stop talking soon. This was a program I write. This was a $99,000 program. HUD Vash, $99,000 program that I wrote. Okay. And this is the program. This was the program. Oh, yeah, for the Wolf Keeper. This was that program. So I wrote this program for this whole building. Inside these pages is a program for this whole building to house veterans who were being released from incarceration. And downstairs was going to be the university, the dog training university. So each office would have something different going on for the students who were learning how to become dog trainers. So that program was phenomenal. I wrote this program for a village in Africa, in Anson Manso, where my husband and I own 3 plots of land. And this was to help them become to get back into serving the people. And we here it is right here. This is our property or paperwork for the land in Africa. And that land is being farmed on right now. And then anyway, so I got a lot going on, and that's what I'm going to be bringing you all. So I'll come back tomorrow. Oh, this is when I taught the class for the board. I teach for the board, for the real estate board. This class I taught was military relocation professional certification. Yep, that's me. That's my big old face. So, but I want to thank y'all for watching, and, just be patient. I'm not going anywhere. Keep reading, buy some more books and read some more books. Write down your questions and have them ready. So when we do come together, oh my God, look at this. What? This is when they wanted me to be a village trustee. And they told me, oh, thank you for those roses. In the village of Park Forest, they wanted me to be a village trustee back in 2019. I didn't want to be a village trustee. I enjoyed being the vice chairman of the Veterans Commission for the consecutive 5 years. I enjoyed that. But what I'm looking at are these letters. This letter is from State Representative Debbie Myers Martin, 38th District. 38th, this is her, and that's where I got my proclamation from. She gave me a proclamation. She said, I have had the opportunity and pleasure to work with Ms. Jones, and I find her to be extremely energetic and knowledgeable of the role she seeks. She is also very business oriented and passionate about her community and the residents therein. I learned of her experience involvement working in the community through school districts 163 and 227 for several years, and I respect her extensive work with our veterans focusing on benefits and housing issues. Baby, State Representative Debbie Myers Martin, 38th Ward, and then the President, John Vanderbilt, who wrote this, Bill Brown, Post Commander of VFW 311. Oh, let me put these in my, and here's another letter from the director of Chicago Heights Vet Center. I forgot all about these letters. I'm so glad. Oh my God, look at. Oh, for Mario Reed. Y'all better look up the Esquire, Education Esquire, Mario Reed. Look him up on YouTube. All right, so that's it. My batteries are low. Thank y'all for watching, and I will be back with the more structured engagement. So all of those who are saying they want to participate as operators in the homeless veterans community, you want more knowledge, go get my books. That's the first thing. Go get my books. So when I'm having these intensive, y'all know something. So don't come up in there thinking I'm going to dump all of 22 years in your head. No, get the books and read the books. Like Bo said over here, he said, let me see, Bo, what you say up here? You said, yeah, no, I told you, I'm not trying to make things complicated for anybody, So Bo says, you read it that fast. I need you to go back through it and highlight and figure out which program you want, because each program has a different set of funding mechanisms. So you may want to do a program of veterans who are being released from incarceration. You might want to do a program for young veterans who got out too early, like I did. I was 19. I still didn't know nothing. I'm like, what the hell? What? I'm supposed to go back to the projects, and my daddy died and my mama moved and now I'm homeless. I gotta live with this dude over here and he's horrible. Oh my God. So, it's a lot of need in our community. And the good thing is there are a lot of resources in our community to help support your efforts. So thank you for all the information and looking forward to the intensive. Thanks, Robin. I know I'm getting there. It's just a lot. And I want to bring it in a way that everybody's going to be beneficial, because everything I know, just keep absorbing, keep showing up, because I want to give this information away. I've been tucked away at the VA too long, and they did us a favor. And I'm like, what? I get to talk to all of y'all nationwide. Oh my God. Thank y'all so much. God bless you for wanting to help these veterans and help yourselves and help me. So it's a win-win-win for all of us. God bless you and have an amazing evening. Bye for now.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.